is not without its problems. Heading into Champ Select, definitely going to see some bans that are a bit unorthodox.
Yep, I'm expecting probably a Ziggs ban out of that purple team.
Yeah, I mean, they have Rising Dawn, who plays nothing but Ziggs, so to have that banned away would help out Purple Team a lot.
Yeah, and I'm assuming since Rising Dawn's actually there, that Nam Nam Rice is not going to be going in the mid lane this time, so that Orianna ban is kind of a wasted ban.
I mean, we could see Rising Dawn walk away from that mid lane and into something more apt and let Nam Nam Rise, who is that dominant mid laner, take that over. And we've seen him on the Orianna, on the Zed, which I don't think they're going to ban away here.
Yeah, they ban out the Lucian, but I don't think Man Ruthless is going to be in the AD carry spot. It's probably going to be Renko. So I'm wondering if they're going to ban away the Caitlyn from him and put him on something uncomfortable.
And they ban away the Janna, who, if Plague of Rats is to be expected as the support, is a bit of a wasted ban. I mean, he's just not that impressive on the Janna. When we see him on things like Morgana, like Thresh, that's when he can make plays. But
you even see him on champions like Blitz, and Man Ruthless is also on that team, so it's like a double Blitz. So that's definitely something they would have wanted to ban over Janna.
yeah, I mean, Janna's just a bit of an odd ban at the moment. I mean, nothing really stands out as a Janna player. So having that Leona pickup, it's going to be troublesome for Nami to really do a lot in this bottom lane. All that being said, LeCrow's actually been moving away from the top lane into this AD carry position. So him picking up this Jinx, I'm expecting he's going to stick with it.
It actually might go to Renko. Renko's very first champion he learned was Jinx. I'm wondering if he's been practicing that, because I know all we've really seen lately is the Caitlyn and occasionally that Twitch when he got forced onto it.
I mean, Twitch does have his moments. Jinx, however, is also that late game scaling mega threat who has a lot of damage output and just a lot of sort of utility with the Flame Chompers, with the Zap, and even with the Super Mega Rocket Execute. We see the junglers being hovered over for 4 minutes. Soyeon, a new face, definitely gonna have some trouble with that name all night long. Rising Dawn hovering over the Varus. Very
that's
interesting.
a lock-in that's going to be kind of scary for him because there's going to be no mobility for him to be able to get away from Leona and Jinx.
Yeah, I mean, Varus does get locked in, and that's bold. I mean, Leona's going to be all over him, and it's just going to be a very tough lane to deal with.
Yeah, if he eats a Zenith Blade to the face, that just means that there's going to be Flame Chompers right under him, and he has no mobility moves to get away from that. All he can do is throw out his ultimate, and that's not really going to do anything. Currently hovering over Jarvan. He's still a really strong jungler, especially in the early part of the game.
Now, apparently, Foreman Soyeon is also known as Colonel Giggles, someone we used to see in the past, making a comeback on this Lee Sin. That's going to be a big factor in this bot lane, I feel. Without ganks, the Crow and Plague are just going to be able to run away with it.
So it looks like Ruthless is going to be going in the top lane, and Volibear and Trundle are definitely his most played in the top lane. So we'll see what they can bring out against that Volibear.
Yeah, I mean, Tristana's not banned. Lo and behold, you can take Tristana top lane. Just counter cheese with more cheese, because if he tries to get that passive off, you can just explosive shot him. However, I don't think we're going to see that. I think we're going to see a more typical top laner like Ryze, like Jace. Nara being banned out, that's one less thing that Man Ruthless is going to have to deal with.
You know, it'd be fun to see a Karma top lane against that.
Yes, we have seen Karma top before. However, it's looking like it's going to be the Maokai. Just going to try and out-tank Volibear. And Nom Nom hovering that Twisted Fate, that's going to, if he locks that in, this is going to be a very, very squishy blue team.
Yeah, besides the Maokai, which is the course of tank, and also their initiate, they're gonna really rely on good initiates from him and keeping the enemy at bay.
Yeah, I mean, looking at purple team, you have Leona, Volibear, Jarvan. All of those are very tanky champions. It's going to be very hard to get to this Jinx unless they can set up a perfect engage with the Maokai with the insect kick from Lee Sin. So it's going to be very interesting.
At the same time, blue team has a lot of disengage themselves to keep purple team off Varus. They have the Tidal Wave, the Varus ultimate, they can use the kick to get someone away, and Nom Nom's Rice on that TF and the Maokai both have stuns that they can just throw out.
True. And Maokai obviously has his ultimate, which gives his whole team some resistances and some tankiness to try and survive on. So the Fizz lock-in, that's going to be very interesting. Fizz is often seen as a counter to Twisted Fate, who's very squishy, not very mobile, whereas Fizz is that very high damage and very mobile mid-lane assassin.
Yeah, and he's also boring as hell because no one likes to play against it.
Yeah, I mean, the gold cards are almost going to be irrelevant unless you can save them until after he takes a bunch of damage. The Playful Trickster is just going to be able to negate that stun and let him get away with some free engage.
However, it is a new face on that Fizz unless he gets traded over, so we'll see how good Olama is on it.
True, I mean, he could feed. We don't know. I mean, it's not someone we typically see pick up the Fizz, but it's definitely going to be fun to watch how that lane plays out. And of course, this bot lane's going to be very volatile with the Nami and Leona's just trying to butt heads against each other.
This is maybe the first time we've ever seen everyone pick a champion for themselves.
Yeah, no trades going down. No ignites in the top lane, so they're both just going to try and out-tank each other and see if they can cancel the teleports that try and come in.
Both of them are easily able to take each other out of that teleport. Both of their disruption skills are not an ultimate ability. So, again, it seems like teleport might be a useless summoner spell to take unless they're very far away from their lane.
Yeah, I mean, they can just get back to lane a little bit quicker, try and save some CS. But I mean, with Maokai having his Twisted Advance and his Q to knock Volibear out of that teleport, unless he's running away and hiding in lane, he's not going to be able to use it to its max effectiveness. And other than that, typical summoners, I mean, Fizz taking Ignite wants that early kill, TF going that Exhaust, wanting to cut out a lot of the damage from Fizz. So everything looks pretty normal there. I'm wondering what we're going to see for skins.
Yeah. That is an interesting question. I'm hoping, of course, as always, that it's a River Spirit Nami, but everyone always lets me down.
And Pool Party Leona is another hope that we always see that's usually not there. I'm hoping to see Arctic-Ops Varus, obviously his best skin. And Maokai, we haven't released his update yet, but once his update comes out, I hope nobody plays anything except Festive Maokai. It just looks so good now that they've updated the particles and the just textures overall. Other than that, hopefully we'll see Spooky Twisted Fate. Viva was DC'd a little bit. Nothing really happened.
Yeah, apparently my internet agreed that Festive Maokai is the best. I was gonna say that Totemic Maokai by far looks like the best upgrade out of all his skins.
It does look good, I'll give you that. But Christmas is just the best time of year. It's so good. How can you give that up? Hopefully they'll put out some really good Christmas skins this year. Because, I mean, who doesn't love Christmas?
Me.
Yeah,
looking...
you're from the wrong part of the country. Like, it's just wrong.
Texans don't believe in Christmas. It's always hot.
No snow whatsoever. Just nothing.
See, they have Renko. He spends crap tons of money on this game. I'm expecting that Lubu Jarvan. And since Man Ruthless is poor, I'm assuming that he won't have a Volibear skin since he is waiting for that awesome Captain Volibear.
Pedo Stash Volibear reporting for duty. Last couple seconds, then we're going to see what skins we actually have turn out. And there we go. Lubu,
Oh,
Jarvan.
yes. Totemic Maokai.
Simply wrong. But we do see the Hiding Twisted Fate, which, I mean, once all of his skins got turned up, that's actually a pretty high quality skin. Other than that, the wrong Leona skin, the wrong Lee Sin skin, I mean, come on guys. Pool party, where are you at?
Well, I got 3 of my guesses this time. I did quite well.
Who was your third yes?
Maokai, Jarvan, and no Volibear skin.
Okay, so the anti-skin, I guess, counts as a vote. Fisherman Fizz.
Correct prediction.
Fisherman Fizz is my favorite, but it's all Void's Fizz is also pretty up there. Wait, no, you got Nami wrong because you were hoping for River Spirit Nami.
Well, I mean, technically I'm right. I said he wasn't gonna get it because no one
True.
ever takes it.
You did say he was gonna let you down. Alright, so we'll call it.
So, looking at the team comps, what are you thinking as far as these late game or mid game team fights are looking?
Very interesting. I mean, lots of teams have a lot of play to work with. I mean, we have lots of Leona engages. We have the Lee Sin engages. I mean, even Nami, who can just completely shut down a Leona engage. There's going to be a lot happening. I think it's going to completely rely on this Twisted Fate. Once he hits 6, he's going to have to make something happen. He has to put in work for his team with that first ultimate and try and get his team rolling. Otherwise, he's going to be fish food. Fizz is going to wipe the floor with him every time that exhaust is on cooldown.
Yeah, in general, I like Purple's team composition a lot more. That Jarvan initiation, you can Cataclysm right on top of a Solar Flare. And then LeCrow is LeCrow, and he's going to be able to clean up very easily from that.
Pause coming out. Not quite sure why.
It looks like Renko probably did not connect.
How unfortunate.
And that is exactly what it was.
Thankfully, no Morgana ultimate just to listen to. So that's always
You know,
nice.
that is interesting. Morgana was not banned, and she was also not picked.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the new skin, I figured she'd be played just for style points. I mean, come on now.
I mean, I would. I'd jungle Morgana just to see those particles.
That new skin is just beautiful. And then, I mean, this lane match is also something else. Morgana would have been a very good pick into Nami.
A summoner has reconnected.
But the Leona is also not a bad pick. The only issue Leona has is that there's zero sustain. Like, she's not going to have that heal. She's not going to have really anything to keep her AD carry healthy. And Nami's just going to sit there with the ebb and flow, with the... Yeah, with the ebb and flow. She doesn't have anything else. I got
Yeah,
distracted.
but who needs sustain when you have a Solar Flare to roast a fish?
True, but one of the biggest issues we've been seeing with Leonas is they're not aggressive enough. They sit back, get ebb and flowed to death, while the enemy just stays at least half health. And so we're going to have to see a lot of aggressive solar flares coming out from Leona right now.
And it shouldn't be too hard, especially with the Jinx on your team. Even though she isn't, per se, an early game skirmisher, she can put out a lot of damage if she just goes unchecked in that early stage of the game.
Oh yeah, I expect once they hit level 2 to go all in. Plague is very big on trying to rush level 2 no matter what, even in matchups where he just should let it go. And it's been an issue for him in the past.
Yeah, but he has the Crow now as his AD carry, so let's see if they'll be able to pick up a quick early kill.
Which is going to be interesting because Crow's not typically on this AD carry. It's still a position he's trying to learn, and while he is a diamond level player, he's also made some mistakes in the past where he goes either too hard or just not hard enough, and it bites him in the ass. So it's going to be interesting to see how this lane turns out, because it can go very wrong for this Jinx Leona very fast.
Yeah, I'm also very interested to see how Llama does against Nom Nom. Even though Nom Nom's on TF, which isn't someone where he's known for playing in the mid lane, he's still one of the most scary mid laners ADL's ever seen. So we'll see how he's able to combat that.
Yeah, I mean, we say we don't typically see him on this Twist of Fate, but the few times we did, he definitely performed. And it's just, there seems to be a lot less pressure that he's going to be putting out than his typical Orianna or his typical Zed. And that's just the way the picks formed out.
So it looks like Plague and the Crow are almost guaranteed the level 2. So we'll see what they can do with that.
Yeah, I mean, starting that ebb and flow, already getting some good damage down onto Leona. If they can get him too low before that level 2 hits, there's not much that Plague's going to be able to do. And already being forced to burn a health potion, that doesn't bode well. And just lots of action across the map. We saw a red card go down onto Fizz, a bite going down onto Maokai. Just everybody trading.
I actually really like that we did have a pretty good not meta picks in here.
Ooh, Nom Nom missing the gold card, stuns up a minion instead.
Rufus is taking way too much minion damage
His
right
passive just got popped by the minions, actually. So that's really unfortunate. That's going to open him up for a gank from this Lee Sin. And hitting level 3, Twisted Advance going to come in. This flip going to put him the wrong way. However, it forces the flash. Now Ranko's going to show up, but that's a successful gank. And Nom Nom eating a lot of damage, but so is Olama. Both of them just trying to trade super equally. And surprisingly, this bot lane is the tamest of all of them.
Yeah, surprisingly. It was the one I expected the most action to come out of, but we haven't. Mainly, though, it's because Red Team pushed it in really early, so even once they got the level 2, Plague did not want to go in because he would have probably drawn tower aggro, and at level 2, that's a dead Leona.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the lane starting to push its way out, and that's just going to open up Blue Team for that hard engage. The Blue Team's keeping a good job putting these wards in the bushes, though. Keep making sure they keep an eye on this Leona.
Looks like things are not going how Olama wants right now. He's in the red, and he's down by 20 creeps.
Wow, and he's out of potions. He's gonna have to base very soon, but he's gonna run out of lots of creep. I mean, he can't afford to fall that far behind. He's on a quick assassin who needs to get a couple kills.
Plague wanted to go in, but then decided against it.
Plague pops the Eclipse, you're right. I think Crow must have called him off. Ruthless has to start playing very safe in this top lane. Ranko now in that bot lane. The zap lands, but I don't think they're going to get anything off this. The Zenith Blade's going to land, but so is the flip onto the tree. However, the bubble's going to stop Crow from putting out damage. Ranko's going to miss the Flag and Drag combo, and I think Blue Team's just going to walk out of this.
Yeah, they definitely would have been pretty dead if Ranko flashed before he did his Demacian Standard Dragon Strike. They probably would have gotten a kill on Nami there if he landed it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of pressure was put onto that bottom lane, but they didn't even get a summoner ability. No flashes or no heals. Blue Team was able to just walk out of that. And I mean, this mid lane is just getting worse and worse. He's now down 30 creeps. And I mean, even in a matchup like this, that's really not what you want. Plague going really, really low. Just eating lots of poke from Rising Dawn. Lee Sin's gonna come in here, and the teleport's gonna come out from Nom Nom, but he's not gonna get anything so far. They get the flash, and the First Blood's gonna go over to Rising Dawn on that Varus.
Yeah, and it looks like that's the push they needed. The top lane and the mid lane are kind of innately winning by themselves as far as trades go, and that bot lane, they just gave them a really big lead, and now they're getting the dragon for it.
Yeah, I mean, I said that Nom Nom had to make this first teleport work for his team, and he very much did that. He got Rising Dawn the First Blood. Yes, he wasn't involved in nuke and assist, but they were able to snowball that First Blood into a dragon, and now Varus is walking back to base with 2k gold. That's going to be a BF sword compared to Jinx's pickaxe.
Yep.
And Fizz was able to get 3 to 4 creeps in that whole time that Twist of Fate was gone. And that's telling. That's going to be an issue.
Yeah, he is down 33 creeps right now.
Yeah, really not what you want from your mid laner. I mean, Fizz is going to fall far behind, and yes, we've seen Fizz get to that late game spike where he gets 2 items and just deletes everybody. But at this rate, he's going to be way, way, way behind and almost never reach that stage.
Yeah, it's not like the top and the bottom lanes are going to be easy for him to gank, besides maybe top lane, but what Fizz really wants to gank a Maokai.
I mean, there's just so much CC to get through. It's going to be very difficult. See, blue buff also going over to the TF. A lane that was hard before the mid laner got blue buff, is now going to be almost impossible for Fizz.
Yeah, and interesting too. We see in the top lane that Maokai is bullying Ruthless a lot, and Ruthless is always low health. He's actually beating Maokai by 10 creeps or so.
Yeah, I mean, we see Maokai with that catalyst, so now he's going to have a bit more health and a bit more mana. Is he going to be able to turn that into effective creep farming now? We've seen him be able to put off damage and harass, but that's not going to mean a lot. And we see Jarvan sneaking up into this mid lane. Nom Nom has Flash and Exhaust available. Flashes the Shark, and he's going to be able to get away from that.
Yeah, that's the third combo that Renko has.
The ultimate from Rising Dawn is going to land on the Crow. The Crow's going to flash, but now Plague is stuck in a bad position. He's going to get kicked away. Bubble on top of him, too. Super Mega Death Rocket not going to pick up a kill, and that's kill number 2 for Rising Dawn.
Yeah, he is proving that Varus is not out of the game.
Yeah, and we see Renko now coming down, but with that creep wave there, Crow cannot do anything. And we see the teleports of these top laners just being used to get back to lane.
Ouch, that was a good piercing arrow that did a good chunk of damage.
Yeah, I mean, Crow not having a good time in this bot lane. Lee Sin not going to land the Q, but the Playful Trickster definitely had something to do with that. Crow actually almost going down to the white. And with this blue buff, Nom Nom's just able to shove wave after wave into this mid tower. Just baiting out that Playful Trickster into a stun and just putting down tons of damage.
Yeah, and he also eats a set of wild cards too.
And it's now a 40 CS lead for that Twisted Fate. Gets
the
the
flashes
flash.
into the wild cards.
Going super low. The Destiny is available for Twisted Fate, but does he want to risk it? I don't think he does.
Yeah, Nom Nom Rice generally isn't that greedy of a player, when he's in that mid lane.
The knock-up not going to land from Ranko, but he waited for Twisted Fate to pull that blue card before he decided to go in.
Yeah, smart move is just he hasn't landed one combo yet this game.
The Zap's not going to land either, but the Piercing Arrow did. That's a win.
Yeah, I would call that a win in my books also.
And Rufus is just being manhandled in this top lane, and now Lee Sin's going to throw down the kick. Does Rufus have his passive available? He does. It's starting to burn. Flash is coming out front, but there's so much health being regained here. And that's a flash from the Maokai that might not have been needed.
Yep. That's the power of the volley passive.
Yeah, I mean, with no Grievous Wounds of any sort, either in items or summoner spells, it's going to be very hard to kill Volibear when he has that passive available. And this bot lane is just getting zoned so hard right now. I mean, this is kind of what we talked about. Plague fell behind, and now he can't do anything to protect his AD carry.
And Rising Dawn, all those days of playing Ziggs and skill shots, really helping him out here with hitting those piercing arrows.
I mean, I don't think he's missed one yet, and they're putting down tons of damage now that he has that BF Sword pickaxe. Another one just putting down damage. And these stun cards are just so good from Nom Nom right now. It's really putting Olama on the back foot.
Overall, this has been a pretty uneventful game. 14 minutes in almost, and only 2 kills.
Yeah, not what I was expecting, especially like we keep saying, this volatile bot lane, Nami versus Leona, this mid lane, Twisted Fate versus Fizz. Both of those should have been high kill lanes one way or the other, and it's just not how it was. I mean, all that's happened is Nom Nom Rice has been able to stick this Fizz down to a 30 CS game.
Rufus pops the Thunderclaws and doesn't really get anything out of it.
Yeah, more just popping it for that lane push, for that little bit of burst damage, but not really going to be able to do anything with it. And this Lee Sin's just putting pressure everywhere. He's letting people know he's there, letting them know that he's around and available to respond.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to show enemy lanes that you're that active, that you're just everywhere on the map at any given time.
And even while he's this active, he's still only down 4 CS to Ranko's Jarvan, who hasn't made that much of an impact, who hasn't shown in lanes that much.
Yeah, out of the only 2 kills in the game, Lee Sin has been involved in both of them.
And with both kills landing onto that Varus, it's definitely interesting. Ranko finds himself a fish, but they're just going to trade blows. Nothing real exciting. A good zap's going to land. And you see the fish trying to bait them into the Twisted Fate.
Yeah, but now it's a little bit obvious.
Well, now that they see Lee Sin throwing down that ward, it was kind of a pinch there. They knew the dragon was available and had to do something.
However, if Leona Jinx go a little bit too far, that's going to be ATF ult coming out.
I mean, they're already very deep in this lane. If Rising Dawn can keep it just a little bit closer. However, they knew the Twisted Fate was missing, so they're going to back off.
Both these AD carries are doing a very good job with CSing right now. But then again, with no action, might as well.
Yeah, I mean, no kills, that's really all that's left is an AD carry. And this mid tower is going to go down. I mean, this stun lands on Olama. The wild cards is going to miss, but he's just going to eat some auto attacks, and that's very setting up. And this tower is sitting at 1 auto attack. But just so much damage being put onto this Fizz, he's forced to back.
And the first tower of the game goes down at 16-10, and that's gonna be that middle turret, and that's not the first turret you want to go down.
Yeah, I mean, this bot tower is already at half health. The ultimate coming out of Destiny, Flame Charmer's being thrown down, and the gold card's not going to be available. It lands onto Plague of Rats, which is not what you want. Exhaust lands on the Crow, who gets kicked, bent to the wall, and now Plague's running for his life. Popping the heal and flash from Nom Nom Rise. They want to kill Plague. The bubble's going to land, and that kill is going to go to Lee Sin. And now they can take this tower and this dragon.
Yeah, that was a very well coordinated gank there.
Yeah, I mean, even with the Twist of Fate getting hit by the Flame Chompers and the Solar Flare, those two abilities that were not available for the rest of the follow-up. And you saw the Thunderclaws go down in that top lane, getting Maokai down to half health. That's actually a lot of damage.
It looks like they might want to dive that Wrinkles in the area, but ward comes down.
Yeah, I mean, they're losing the objective game. 2 towers and 2 dragons, and that's going to result in a 6.5k gold lead. I mean, blue team's starting to run away with it, and with the kill-related champions of red team, that's very troublesome. I mean, everybody on their team needed to get some early kills to really be able to work it out. And Fizz finally starting to get some farm, now only down 50 CS again. And really only having that Sheen to work with, just very troubling if I was on his team.
Yeah, the only one that looks like they're doing pretty well at this stage of the game is that Volibear up top. But with only an MR item, he's going to get shredded by that Varus if they get into a fight.
Yeah, who already has that Infinity Edge and the Berserker Greaves. I would like to see an Executioner's Calling come out. I mean, it's just going to completely shut down this Volibear. I'm a little disappointed with the Athenes instead of the Relinomicon from the Twisted Fate. They know that Volibear is going to have that passive, so why not do something to deal with it?
The Tidal Wave comes out.
Doesn't
As
quite
a
land.
tactic, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't quite land. They're putting some damage down onto this tower. The Shark's going to land on a Nom Nom Rise. So is the Zenith Blade. The Solar Flare is not going to come out. Crow picks up 1 kill, but Varus is going to pick up that second one. Varus is going to get a double kill. Meanwhile, Crow's stuck dealing with this Lee Sin. It's not enough. That kill is going to go over to Lee Sin, and the teleport from Maokai was just more useful there.
Both with him too, and punches, but he's just going to die for it.
The bubble's going to land onto Volibear there, who thought he was a bit safer. A double kill again for Varus.
That's an unofficial quadra there.
Yeah, 2 separate double kills going over to the Varus, who now has a lot of time to work on these towers. And I mean, they're very healthy. Nami's going to be able to heal up Lee Sin, but that's 2 towers and a 3-for-1 trade.
Rising Dawn wants to be heard. He's saying, you can ban my Ziggs, I'll just go AD carry and wreck you on Varus.
Yeah, I mean, look at Olama. He just got completely almost deleted right there. He's already at less than half health from nothing more than a piercing arrow from Varus. And things are looking very dire for Red Team right now. I mean, they're all backing. They all have significant amounts of gold. Varus actually sitting on another 2,200 gold. He picks up his Zeal, and I'm wondering what else he's going to pick up on. This mid tower, though, is going to go down to Jinx, because, I mean, Jinx now finishing that Infinity Edge is just a tower killer.
It looks like Varus picks up an Everest Blade. He's going to be wanting to get the Static Shiv now.
Which is going to give him even more wave clear and just a tad more burst damage with that free critical strike from the magic damage. Razadon actually sitting on double buffs. They might want to force a fight anywhere on the map right now. And even though Olama's now down 70 CS, he hasn't died all that much. That last fight was his first death, and he was able to pick up an assist in the chaos. But a Fizz at 21 minutes sitting on nothing but a Flask and a Lich Bane isn't going to be doing much team-wise.
Yeah. You saw he did decent damage, which got the kill onto Nom Nom Rice when the Jinx Super Mega Death Rocket came out. But besides that, he didn't really do much else.
Yeah, I mean, he was hit with the bubble, he was hit with the Varus ultimate, he was just CC'd for days and had nowhere to go. I mean, there's not much you can do, and we see Ranko just getting auto-attacked by Nom Nom Rice. Not doing a whole lot, but it's doing something. Another gold cards and wild card combo is gonna land. The shark coming out from Fizz is gonna land onto Nami, but not gonna do a whole lot. Who's just gonna heal it up. And the missile from Jinx is just gonna whiz right on by.
Yeah. They could have gave that rocket a high five if they wanted to.
The tidal wave gonna come out, landing on a Ranko. Nami almost killed him right there. The Flame Charm is gonna come out. Ultimate from TF is gonna not try ultimate. He actually gets popped by Plague of Rats.
Cancels.
Pops the Destiny, and now if Rufus wants to do something, however, the tree is going to pick up that kill onto J4. Now Plague's surrounded by 2 people, and this Volibear's trying to 2v1 right now. But does he have the damage? I don't think he does. His passive gets popped, so he's going to live. But meanwhile, the rest of his team's trapped under tower right now.
That was an interesting fight for only 1 death on Renko.
And not only that, this whole time, Rising Dawn's been in that bot lane with his super fed Varus. He's going to be taking out tower after tower. And right now, his team should be telling him to keep going, because they can force this top fight.
Yeah, but now they have a Jarvan Anaphylaxis coming to him. I don't know
But
if
that
they'll be
being
able to
said,
2v1.
Twisted Advance onto Volibear. That's a free kill. The Sonic Wave lands onto Leona, but Lee Sin doesn't have the Syndrome. And that's another tower going down. It's now 6-1 in towers. I mean, Red Team has the ability to kill towers, if they could actually get to them. Shark gonna land on Maokai, but I don't know if this is what they want. Maokai trying to 1v4 against the world. That kill is gonna go to LeCrow, but it gave his team enough time to get away. Gold card gonna land on the Olama, but the Super Mega Death Rocket's gonna pick up that kill. Now Rising Dawn forced to flash out of the Cataclysm. Excuse me.
Yeah. Nom Nom Rice actually flashes right into
Teleport
the
from
Super Mega Death
Rufus
Rocket.
gets kicked into Rising Dawn's face. However, the tidal wave is going to come out. Rising Dawn just feeding too much CC. Gonna go down to Fizz. And now they're trying to tower dive. Lots of damage onto LeCrow from the tower, though. Man, Rufus also on the tower with no ultimate. Rango forced the flash. Teleport coming in from the Maokai.
Yeah, we have a lot of action going on right now. But that all got started because Blue Team decided to stick around a little bit
Good
too
flash
long.
onto LeCrow. The heal's going to come out, but he's going to go down anyway. Nothing really to do there. Ranko trying to set up some Baron control, but I don't think that should be in their thought process right now.
Stelios misses the brush.
You don't actually need vision on that brush, you just need vision of the area, right?
Sure.
He gets the pink ward though, so that's definitely useful.
It's gonna make Renko a little bit sad that he spent that 100 gold.
True, but he did get to watch Stelios put the ward on the outside of the bush. So, I guess style points, he gets to watch that.
I suppose it looks like Ruthless will get away there.
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot of damage coming out of Nom Nom and this Maokai just yet. They definitely need Rising Dawn in these fights to turn it their way.
Colonel Giggles is just gonna solo the dragon.
Yeah, he's getting some help for Rising Dawn now, so that should go a lot quicker. And Rising Dawn right now is looking to skip the lifesteal portion of his build, deciding to go for that last Whisper third item. Definitely should. Sonic Wave gonna go over. Bubble gonna land also. They could want to fight here. The kick lands onto Olama, who almost goes down in and of itself. The first part of the sap was gonna pick that up, and now Nom Nom Rice teleports onto Plague, but he's eating a lot of damage from the Crow's Jinx. The Sonic Wave Resonating Strike gonna go through. Cripple landing onto Plague. They're just trying to run this out and buy time for the team, and they should get away.
And in that blue fight, Rising Dawn actually does pick up the blue buff.
Yeah, these two are running together, but they're gonna run into Maokai.
And you know
Shield of
he's
Daybreak
right at
gonna
this.
land down, but now the Crow's in a bit of a bad position. Gets hit by the ultimate from Rising Dawn. They try to do work. Plaguerat throws down the Solar Flare, gonna stun up Rising Dawn, but dies in the process. Rufus has his passive proccing, but not enough to save him there from the amount of burst damage coming out. And those 3 down, that could be the Baron or the Inhibitor. And it looks like they want that Inhibitor.
Yeah, at this stage in the game, 20. Baron isn't really that. If you're stomping this much, might as well just go push your advantages more.
Yeah, I mean, the Inhibitor is going to be a bit more lasting than the Baron would be. This Inhibitor is going to allow them to go for more Inhibitor towers. And even the Baron in the future, if they can get pressure there, it diverts pressure from other sides of the map.
Or in true LCS fashion, they can be super greedy and try it now.
Or they can bush bait. They have the wards available. They know they're not standing on a ward. However, the piercing arrow is going to land on the Fizz, letting them know that they're there. Man, Ruthless eats a lot of damage from this Varus. Just tons of damage coming out right now. With no passive on Ruthless, he has to be very careful right now. He doesn't really have the health or resistances to stay in this fight. Blue team trying to get the vision control here, wanting red team to walk into something. Gold card gonna land on a Plague, but that's not who you really want to be stunning up right now. The Shark gonna land on the Maokai. He's gonna tank it all by himself. Now I'm in a bit of an odd position. However, Zonya's there. The ultimate from Rising Dawn gonna land. Solar Flare landing onto 4 people, but that's a double kill for Rising Dawn. Llama's forced to flash, and now that blue team's running out of mana, they might just fall back onto this tower.
That was an excellent tidal wave out of Nami in that really small corridor. It completely shut down the initiate from Renko and Ruthless and got both of them killed.
Yeah, I mean, as good a Solar Flare as that was, they're just so far behind. And now double super minions onto that Nexus tower. Could it go down? It's getting very low, and that is gonna go down. So, really just the worst case scenario for red team there.
Yeah, they did a whole lot to try to defend that. Absolutely nothing out of it.
I mean, they tried to defend that tier 2 tower. They ended up losing 2 members, the tier 2 tower anyway, and a Nexus tower. I mean, I don't think, I can't even think of how that could have gone even worse for red team there.
Blue team could have gotten Baron.
I mean, at this point, there's so much pressure they might still anyway. They see Ranko's bot lane, they could decide to rush it down.
It doesn't look like it. Looks like Varus wants the red buff first. But you just see Twisted Fate in the area.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to keep that Baron pick free of wards. Just trying to do his part. A pause gonna come out.
Coming out of Plague.
Could be a bathroom-related issue.
It does not look like anybody has... Let's check. Yeah, it does not look like anybody has disconnected from Mumble. It looks like LeCrow is lagging.
While we have a second here, guys, feel free to check us out on Twitter, forums, YouTube, whatever. All of those links will be in the chat. And if you have any questions, just put them in chat. I mean, we'll answer them. We're not here to hide secrets.
And if you don't already, make sure you compete in the ADL. Right now we have 10 teams competing.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually one of our bigger nights. I mean, we've had up to 12 teams at a time. We try and get everybody we can involved, and it's a fun time. I mean, everyone here is having a lot of fun. Obviously not in a paused state, but these are few and far between, usually. And it's a lot of fun. You get to meet new people, and you get to just do something. I mean, a lot of these people are just being solo queue right now, getting angry over nothing. And in the chat, you can see the Zanbot commands. Feel free to use those when your friends have questions. All the information there is available for checkout. I mean, head over to the forums, and we have even more information available for Adopt a Noob Night and our other community nights, such as Adopt a Noob. Which are all good time investments, especially if you're looking to get better at the game.
Yeah. It also looks like in-game chat, they said to give it about 5 minutes. It looks like he's probably going to be restarting his computer.
5 minutes to restart his computer? Is it a toaster? What? I mean, come on, bro. You're killing us. Keycat, we're on stream right now. There's no need for this.
Looks like the Majestical Keycat has graced us with her presence. We threw the Master Ball, but she ran away anyway.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, we have lots of people turn out. We have the regulars, such as LaCroix and Man Ruthless. We have our new faces, such as Olama and Johnny Truant.
Olama is actually a brand new vVv applicant. He used to be in the MMO, seen the light, and is now an applicant for League of Legends.
And then we have our beautiful staff members, such as Viva, who has joined me for tonight, and Sundown on the usual. However, he's injured and can't see straight right now. However, these are all people you get to interact with when you come out to these big events that we have. And it's just, it's people, man. You get to have fun.
For a second, I thought you said pizza, in which I would agree.
I mean, pizza is the greatest thing on the planet. Outside of chicken parm, I think. I mean, chicken parm's just so good. Yeah, I mean, living up in New England, unless it's coffee, we don't really have much going for us.
Alright, it looks like it was actually Plague that went AFK. Who knows why? But he is back, and it looks like the game is getting underway. Colonel Giggle said he was about to start an essay. I wonder what on.
What a nerd.
Hey now, no.
Keycat from left field throwing out her scholarly advice. That being said, we're back into game, and we get to watch Red Team slowly go down in flames a bit more. It's just not looking good for them right now.
Yeah, their only hope is LaCroix throughout everything that's happened in this game. He's actually almost equal to Rising Dawn in items.
And even being 3.5k gold down, it's really odd. I mean, Rising Dawn is on 3.5 items, while Crow's still sitting on 2 1/3. You can say they're almost even, but the damage output right now is just not even close. I mean, looking at these gold numbers, I mean, every member of Red Team's down at least 3k gold. I mean, and that's a big part in these towers, the dragons. Just they haven't played the objective game correctly. I mean, even the biggest gap, this mid lane, 4k gold separating the two. This tower's probably going to go down unless Red Team tries to force something here. The Shark's going to land onto Nami, but no follow-up. They just try and clear the wave.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit more siege, and they're almost inevitably going to get this bottom tower.
This bottom tower is just so low. And you see Plague actually going down to the amount of burst damage between Rising Dawn and Nom Nom Rest. The tidal wave's not going to land onto anybody, but the Stranglethorn is going to come out and land onto Ranko. That's going to go down. Teleport coming in behind him, I think, until it went down.
Lee Syndrome comes out, gets executed at the fountain.
Meanwhile, Nom Nom Rest really wants to kill the Crow. I don't know if he's going to get it. He's really going for it, though. Throws out a
I
wild
said
card.
earlier he wasn't a thirsty mid laner, but apparently I was completely wrong.
He dodges the zap and throws out the wild cards. Does the Crow have it? He pops the zonies and now the minions. Can the minions do it or will the game finish first? The minions are not going to do it. The game's just going to end. And that's game 1 going over to Alpha, I believe.
Yeah, and it was a pretty decisive win from the beginning, those early ganks on the bot lane to get Rising Dawn ahead, and from then he just chunked the rest of their team down for his team to pick up kills.
Yeah, I mean, once Rising Dawn got those first couple of kills, there was no stopping him. He just completely ran away with it. He ended the game 10-1-9, and the only time he did go down was when his team put him in an unfavorable position to get flanked in. So, I mean, he had his positioning on point and knew what to do with it.
Yeah, overall, very impressive game by him. We assumed he was a complete one-trick pony with that Ziggs, but he definitely proved he has other tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, getting the first blood, getting the largest multi-kill, and the largest killing spree, I mean, he definitely showed that he can play other champions. And looking at the gold graph, you can see Red Team never had an advantage. From that first dragon, it was so slow up to that point, just the 2 kills and the dragon. But then Blue Team was able to snowball it into so much, picking up multi-kills, dragons, towers, even more multi-kills. And the only tower Red Team was able even to pick up was just like a slight lapse in communication. Just the fact that Blue Team wasn't all there at the same time.
Another thing I find interesting is that Nami is tied for second place for the most wards placed. Obviously, number 1 goes to Lee Sin because it's Lee Sin. But that Maokai put out 18 wards, and that was the equivalent that Nami put out, so they had really good ward coverage.
And that's actually the amount that Plague put out on the Leona. I mean, having, as a team, half the amount of wards as the opposing team, there's no way to come back at that. You need the vision control. You need to be able to see where your enemy's going. And when your jungler is the smallest one putting out wards for your team, losing or tying with your AD carry and your top laner, that's a problem. You, as a jungler, you need to be getting your team vision so that you can make plays for them. All in all, just very well played by that blue team. As we head into Team Select 2, we're actually going to take a 60-second break and play a quick commercial. So feel free to watch the commercial, I guess.